And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Gas 300! Gas 300! Mike 42! Mike 42, check, check, Mike 42.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds an opening past the 40. And Jones has it over the middle.
Let's go.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance. And there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Inside. Shift, shift. Hey, 626.
From the 41, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, ready. Check. Hey, high 7. Get it.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 9 now. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
I'm coming after you.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 36.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Key at 33, key at 33. Single.
Hey, dude. Five.
He'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20.
On the set.
Danny.
Hey, Charlie. Now.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Second and 13. And Cook has it, left side. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Go now.
So a third and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Five.
He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on second and 8. Rodgers. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Nice, sweetheart. Check 15, check 15. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Switch. Shoot. Hey, check 24.
All right.
Here's Jones. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Come get some.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the... Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
60 or.
They're not ready for this.
Hey, exit.
Y'all play.
Back to throw here. He finds Humphries. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
On the double. Bravo.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Now.
Just like that. Just like that. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
15. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes our score 17-0. The kick is zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. You know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And 6 yards to go.
The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Go, go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Rodgers again now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Packers.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got double tight. 4 down. Alert.
They run it again with Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. They'll set up a throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Za'Darius Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Mike's 42. Mike's 42. 630. Flip it down.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Let's go, D.
Under 10. Under 10. 10. Under crush. Under crush. Under crush.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
Let's go.
Their own 15-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
42's Mike. 42. Hey, Echo.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Steve Griffin.
Looking to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
42. 42. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. Over the middle to Smith. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10.
Mike's 42.
Hey, exit.
Now back to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Bravo.
They'll look to throw here. It's complete to Diggs. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. Back to the ground, Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
64. Hit it.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 26, check 26. Watch the safety creep. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Local over here. Check, check. Screen again.
Again, it's Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Rodgers now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. 20! And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. They'll get 34 yards there. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Kill. Keep on going.
Now Jones. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Danielle Hunter able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not. Wanting to risk an injury. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And McManus able to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Danielle Hunter in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Ready? 60-yard.
Planted in the backfield. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
White left. Check 99. Check 99. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Lucky.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On the double.
Mike, 51. Hey, let's get this, get this.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Vikings, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So it is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Down. 70. Indy. Hey, Delta. 5.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 30 on second down. Lock looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
8 green.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 59.
Clock now on first down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
15. Switch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
On the ground, it's Thomas. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
You got it.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quicker.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. Bang, 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 bang. Switch.
The first carry for Josh Adams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Back at the 42.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Throwing now is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. James now to return. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up. As they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alpha. SOS. 51 to my
On 1st down, it's Thomas. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mahomes now to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
We go! 18 Gator. I don't even know why this team showed. Hey, Charlie!
Clock now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Next score, Broncos 7, Chiefs 0.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, it's Thomas, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And going deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. It's picked up by the Broncos. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big. That's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and goal, Locke. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check 24. Check 24.
Locke now on 3rd and goal. And that's caught by Landry for a Denver touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. they'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Forced out to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. The 20. And this is caught by Watkins. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down now, it's Thomas. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Josh Adams, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Bravo! Ready?
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. A gain of 13. It's a first down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Seems to me that our friend Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 42-yard line.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hatchet.
Mahomes going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and And down he goes again. Von Miller picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Break. Nice. Team 6. Team 6. Step.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We're back now in KC. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now Mahomes going deep here for Watkins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Philip Lindsey, 83 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively.
And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. A hat tip to P.J. Williams there defensively, making sure that one didn't find its target. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The Broncos on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Denver, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.